Alright, here is a follow-up. I finally got a power cord. Well, I got an extension cord so that I could actually plug this thing in. This isn't a permanent setup because I'm still doing the setup and test print. So this is a touch screen, so I can actually affect it. And there it is, doing its thing. Yep. It's actually pretty cool the way that the base plate moves as well as the top of the nozzle. It's kind of a cool look. I'm also quite amazed by how quiet this thing is. It's barely making a sound. My last printer would make very loud, obvious noises. You could tell that thing was operating from across the house. So this is actually legitimately cool. So far, the print seems to be working pretty good, even though the initial filament that it was provided with didn't have a proper spool to unreel from. But it doesn't look like it's kinking up. I'm standing by just in case it kinks up. But so far, so good. It says that the test print that's on the included SD card will take approximately 3 hours to complete. So it's been printing for about 20 minutes now. So there's still some time. So once I can confirm that the thing works properly, I will then go on to the next step, and that is getting it connected to the network, which is done using this Raspberry Pi. Yep, that Raspberry Pi is a 3D printer network that should allow my device to communicate with the wireless network. That's my router right there. And hopefully it'll be pretty plug and play, and once I have the thing plugged into the Pi, I'll be able to acclimate it to the same software that my last printer used, and hopefully the models that had been originally uploaded to be printed by my old printer will be compatible with this one. Hopefully. If I have to re-slice every single thing that I've ever uploaded into it, well, I guess it would be a nice restart. I can almost guarantee that the first thing I'm going to print out of this thing is likely going to be a rouge head, but there are other parts, like a Sally head perhaps, or maybe, I did promise some Samus parts. I'm not full on making a Samus custom, but I did promise to print some parts. So, yeah, hopefully, I'm seeing just how clean this print looks compared to the way that my last printer made things. Oh, look at that. That's why you need a spool for your filament. But yeah, hopefully everything will go well, and I'll be able to get this thing to work properly. And here it is, my first successful print. It looks like it's a lucky cat statue. Now the observant may notice that it appears really glossy up here in the head and just like matte colored here in the body. That's because the filament that it came included with, there wasn't enough of it to actually make the entire print. I don't know why they didn't just make the test object smaller so that, the filament they included would be able to work. But the thing is, while it was feeding the print, I was actually very carefully watching, and just as the old filament was about to get used up and past this wheel, I fed the new filament in right behind it so that the wheel never lost a grip on anything, and it just pushed the new filament through and it just kept on using it without even noticing that the filament changed. So, huzzah! My first test print. Now hopefully I can get this thing to actually connect to my network so I can control it from my computer.